So there's a connection between Berashith and Jesus Christ numerically. And what we're doing here is using letter positions, and Berashith is 76. And we're also looking at the this Aleph that is just a verse number, and we're combining it with this. And kind of the reason we're doing that is because it's implied, and it's kind of, and with it coming into the scriptures, it reveals that the Ab, the Father, has been there from the beginning, and the Beth here means in, and Reshith means beginning, and there's a kind of implied the, which we may get back to. So we've got 77 and 1, 76 and 1, except we move this Beth over here, so this becomes 3. And that's going to become 74, because we've lost 2. Right, now, and 74 is the number of Jesus. Here we go. Let's go on to bits. So Jesus, we have the 10th letter J, an E, 5th letter, S is the 19th letter in English. U is 20, the first letter, and S the 19th letter. And adding these two together, 21 and 19 is 40. These 3, 5 and 19 is 24 plus 10, 34. 34 plus 40, 74. So check that in your own time. But the way this works out is Messiah, which is a word that's found in Daniel, is also 74. And the way I'm going to show you that, is say that the I is the 9th letter plus the A. I'm going to put that here. The S's line up, the E's there. Now the M and the H. M is the 13th letter, so I've moved them around. M is the 13th letter, and H in English is the 8th letter, and corresponds to the Het, or Keth, or Keth in Hebrew. It's kind of like a rough H compared with like a smooth H, which is the He, where you've got this little break, and that's the 5th letter, so that corresponds to the E. But when we have the M and the H, M is the 13th letter and H is the 8th letter, and 13 plus 8 is 21. So actually Messiah, and you can check it by adding it up straight. So Messiah is 74. Now, here's an interesting thing. When I add in the 3, I get 77. And Christ is 77. And you'll see that Christ is, the C and the H make 11. And then the rest of it is 66, which is of course the number of books in the Bible, 39 in the Old Testament, and 27 in the New Testament. And that's how that works out here. So if you've not come across the Bible, you know, one of the things that Jesus says is to enter into his rest. So maybe it's the Bible that we should be seeking for. So anyway, we have. So here, but here's an interesting thing. Christ is 77. Now, if we put Ab with Messiah, well, in English, Ab is A and B. It's the same. The correspondence is quite close. Of course, that makes 3, which in English is C. C. So, doing a little bit of acrobatics here. C is actually a backwards Kaf by shape. Now, Kaf is the 11th letter, the one before Lamed, and Kaf, it corresponds to is it Kaf? It corresponds to K. It's the 11th letter, and of course C and H here is the 11th letter. And interestingly, if I replace that with that, I've got a Kaf, I've got K, Resh, K, R. This could be any vowel. So, but here we could move this around. K, R. I'm going to make that an I, or possibly you might write it like this. Actually, that's kind of interesting because that spells Ish, which is man or husband. And so, anyway, Karist. This is a sin as opposed to a shin. But it's the same. It's the same letter. So so there's a kind of pun here, by which and then ka, this kaf, it kind of means as. So it's as the head. I guess I should try and search out any scriptures that might refer to that. But there's a little pun there. But anyway, kaf is 11 and ch. I mean, now actually ch here in Greek it's a chi, but ch. But here's an interesting thing, that the Messianic Jews and refer to the Meshiach, and that actually comes from the ch there. Actually comes from a het, which is the 8th letter in Hebrew. But here, adding the extra c in, of course, makes 74 into 77, which matches that of Christ. I think that's as far as I'll go for today, for now. I hope you check this out and try and understand what I'm saying. Okay.